Hi. How
How
are you?
I'm I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good too, thank you. What's your name?
My name is Ling. What is your name?
My name is William.
Oh, nice to meet you, William.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Vietnam.
Vietnam. Good. Do you
Yeah.
live in a big city?
Yes, it's a big city, but it's not
Yeah.
too famous in Vietnam.
Not too famous. What's it called?
It's called Thanh Nguyen, and
Okay.
this city near Hanoi.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Very good. Do you like living there?
Yes, kind of because,
Kind of.
yeah, because I live in the countryside.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it's not developed
Uh-huh.
more than in the city. So I want to live in the city to have more chance in
More
in study.
more chances to study. Okay.
Yes,
Good.
yes.
So, what do you want to study?
Um, so I want to study about my English because I want to learn English for my job and for
Okay.
my hobbies too.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Are you in school now?
Yes. Right now I'm 13. I'm in the
Okay.
middle school.
Okay. So you're already, it sounds like you're thinking about jobs.
Yeah.
Do you know what job you want to have someday?
I Right now I think that I will be an interpreter or a marketing for a company in
Okay.
Vietnam which
Okay.
want to like work with a foreign company because I want my job have English because I learn English from my job. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Good. Yeah, I think English is very, very useful for many jobs
yes,
and for school. Um, good. And then it's just very good for traveling, talking to people from different countries. It's a very
yes.
useful language. Yeah, good. Have you ever visited another country before?
No, sadly, I
No.
just go some places in Vietnam.
Only in
Yeah.
Vietnam. What is your favorite place to travel to in Vietnam?
I think that I love Halong Bay.
Halong Bay. It sounds familiar. Maybe I've heard of this before.
Oh, so
Why
have
is
you ever traveled to Vietnam?
No, I've never been to Vietnam.
Okay.
Um, I almost went one time when I was in China. I was going to go to Vietnam. Like I bought tickets and everything. I had my plane tickets and I was getting ready to go. My schedule changed at the last minute, so I could not go. But I wanted to, so maybe someday I will try again.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah. So, which countries in Southeast Asia have you traveled?
I've never been to Southeast Asia, but I've been to China, Hong Kong, Korea, and Japan in
Ah,
Asia. Yeah.
okay.
I lived in China for about 1 year.
Wow.
So I've been to China many times, like 5 times. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's yeah. So can you also where are you from again? I can remember
I'm
the
from Washington, D.C., United States
okay.
of America.
So can you compare China and United States?
It's very different. Very different. Completely different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally different cultures. But I like China. It's yeah, it's just everything's different. China's fun. China's nice.
Yeah.
Crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
Wild, developing, but it's good. They have some good food. The
Yes.
air can be dirty. They have some pollution sometimes. That's one of the worst parts.
Yeah.
Um, and a lot of people, so everything's very big and huge apartments everywhere because they need to fit all these people. Yeah.
Yeah. So if right now you all have to choose America and China, what
hmm
countries are you like? You would like to live?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, things are more convenient to some extent in America. In China, if you're only a tourist, you can't really have like a bank account or get some things.
Yeah.
Getting things like mailed to me can be difficult. So America's better in that way. But I think I would probably choose places in Europe
Oh,
over America and China. Yeah,
yeah.
such as like Switzerland or a country
Yes,
like this. Yeah,
yeah. So
those tend to be my
in
favorite.
yeah. So in China or in Asia in general, have you eaten anything really memorable? Like even bad or good
Yeah,
food?
I ate a rabbit's head one time.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
wow.
It wasn't like my choice, but I was at a restaurant and someone ordered this, so I tried it. So that was weird. That's the weirdest thing I ever ate.
So where do
Yeah.
you eat that dish?
China. Yeah,
Yeah,
they eat everything that moves, they eat in China.
yes.
Yeah.
So I have to. Can you name that dish? I think that.
I don't know.
Oh, okay,
Rabbit head?
okay.
It might not have a special name because it was just a rabbit head.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Tudze rabbit is Tudze in Chinese.
Yeah. So
Head, I don't know how to say head.
so you're kind of brave to eat rabbit head because
Yeah.
I'm very scared to eat all type of head, like even the animal head, or
Yeah.
maybe, yeah. So
It does seem
I,
weird. It does
yes,
seem
it would be
weird.
great. Yeah.
And I ate
Uh,
duck feet. That was pretty weird too.
duck
Duck
feet.
feet.
Oh, in
Yeah.
Vietnam, duck feet is popular in
It's pretty
Vietnam.
good. I
Yes.
was surprised. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So, if you were to give one piece of advice to someone planning to visit Vietnam, to visit China, what would it be?
Uh-huh. Advice to visit China. Well, I mean, it's very good to either know Chinese or English because you're going to need one of those languages to get around.
Yeah.
So that's probably the most important thing.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
well, you live in China 1 year, right?
hmm
So, what do you miss the most about home?
When I was in China, what did I miss the most about home? I mean, you miss seeing family and my dog. My parents have a dog, so I miss seeing them.
Yeah.
I missed the really like easy access to nature. I'd
Oh,
never had a car in China, so in America, I could just hop in the car and go to like the woods, some
yeah.
forest, some park,
Yeah.
very easily.
Yes.
In China, that was more complicated.
Yeah, I think that in America, people are see like a wild animals is very popular.
hmm
It's very common, but in the Asia in general, if you see that they see the wild animals or even like a deer or a
Yeah,
bear living
yeah,
in the forest, I think
yeah.
that they will like shoot it, and
Maybe,
yeah,
maybe they'll eat it. Yeah,
yes, maybe, yeah.
yeah. Where when I live in Washington D.C., so I don't see animals in the city very much. But my
Yeah.
parents, when I go to their home, my old home, it's more in like the suburbs.
Yeah.
There, it's very common to see deer. You see deer all the time.
Wow.
If you go to the parks or the forest, of course, you see deer. But even just like near houses, just walking through yards, you can go to your
Yeah.
backyard sometimes and see like
Yeah.
5 deer. Yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yes. So have you made any effort to learn Chinese?
Yes, I can speak a little Chinese.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
not a lot, but it's enough
Yeah.
to get by. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the most difficult part of studying it?
I never studied it, to be honest.
Oh,
I just learned naturally and picked up some things from other people. So I never really studied. Um, but the most difficult part of speaking Chinese is the tones.
oh,
Maybe for you it's not so hard because
yeah.
Vietnamese is
It's
also a tonal language,
yeah.
but English is not. So it's tough for us to. The fact that in English, if we had like ma, right, ma, that would just be a word. However we say it, it's
Yeah.
Chinese. ma, 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 ma. That's four different words
Yeah.
that could have four completely different meanings. So
Yes.
that's strange for English speakers. Yeah.
Yes, because Vietnam is very similar to
Yeah.
the like in Vietnam, Vietnamese or is a combine of Chinese because uh, we eat Chinese is like we have a war, yeah, but in the past
Hmm.
we have a war to China, and China
Right.
win. So they
Right.
are guide the Vietnam for about 1,000 years. So you will
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
that like we're like a small China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit. Yeah. It's definitely more similar to China than
Yes.
other Southeast Asian countries.
Yes. So
Yeah.
if you could change one thing of China, what would it be?
If I could change one thing about it,
Yes.
probably the pollution
Oh,
in the air and the water.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
because air and water is pretty important.
Yeah.
If you like to drink and breathe, China has some problems.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what was your very first impression of China?
I liked it right away. I immediately felt very comfortable there. My first impression was just I don't know, lots of tall buildings, but not really like beautiful architecture.
Yeah.
It's kind of they all kind of look the same and not very beautiful, but lots of them in all directions. Just big population, and you can feel that. But I liked it. I liked it right away.
Yeah. So what is the most interesting thing you see here?
In China,
Yes.
most interesting thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Babies will walk down the street and just pee in public.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Really? Oh my God.
yeah. Just pee on the street or pee on the sidewalk. Yeah,
In Vietnam, is popular. Viet is common in Vietnam, but right now, if
yeah,
you are pee in side of the street or something, and
yeah,
yeah, you will do some stuff with the police.
yeah. It's probably good.
Yeah.
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 So I guess that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So, what is the thing that makes you most unhappy?
In China,
Yes, in China.
pollution, air
Oh, okay.
pollution,
Yeah. So you
water.
are
Yeah,
the one who love the air, and I think you love nature.
yeah. It's important. Yeah.
Yeah. So can you name one of the best dishes that you ate at China?
Hmm. I like something called hui guo ro, which is pork and vegetables.
Oh,
In English, I guess we would say twice cooked pork,
yeah.
although we don't really have this in America.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good. A lot of good pork, a lot of good pork dishes. Pork, ribs, sweet pork, and then something called hot pot
Oh, yes.
is pretty good. Hot pot is pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's like